guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel with another video tutorial. Now today we're going to be doing another most requested flower. It's most loved by you lot and a lot of you have requested I do a tutorial on this. So today we're going to be doing an open peony. That's one of my favourite flowers as well. Another one of my favourite flowers, I should say. So without wasting any more time, let's get cracking. So tools and equipment are as follows. Your Peony Veiners, which are double-sided. And I've just taken the two largest cutters out of my four peony cutter set. Over here I've got some yellow stamens which are single-headed. You'll need a ball tool and one of these tools. I've got some 24 gauge white floral wires. Now again, choosing the wires depending on what colour flower you're going to make them. So because I'm going to be making a white one, I'll be using white floral wires. Of course, some icing, your groovy board, your frilling foam pad, your storage board and your rolling pins. And I've also got some lime green, blush pink and some apple green colour for dusting the buds. You'll also need an apple tray and some sugar glue, which I've got a tutorial for, and I'll leave the link for this and the icing in the description box as usual for you to check out, just in case you want to make your own icing. Over here I've got some pre-made buds which I'll show you how to make now. So what you do is you just get some icing, a little tiny amount, roll it into a ball and then into a pear drop shape. Then dip your wire in your sugar glue. Poke it through the bottom all the way to the top and then just pinch the base. And then just bring it down and twist to get the excess off and to secure it in place. And then what I just tend to do is just chop a little bit off. And then just twist again to keep securing it. But I don't bring it any further down. And then with this tool, just make 3 small little lines going from the base all the way to the top. Then try and make sure they're evenly distributed. And then your third one. So you get that nice little indentation. And then just pinch the bud at the top and just bend it slightly, whichever way you want. Like that. And you need 3 of these. So now that you've made 1, you can make 2 more. And then just leave that to set overnight. A few hours it should be fine, but overnight is best. And for your petals, you'll need your apple tray. And of course, your icing, whatever colour you're making your flower. So when you do your petals, because they're wired, you need your groovy board. All you do is get some icing, make sure it's pliable and you are able to work with it and it's pretty soft. Roll it into a ball and then roll it out. Push it down into the grooves. And then first, with just small rolling pin, just go over the paste, stretching it across and upwards. You can actually stand up for this. And again, you want to leave the bottom part thicker than the top bit, so you're able to insert your wire easily. And then once you've got your desired thickness, get a large rolling pin and just get rid of the small little lines that the small rolling pin have done. I actually try to get them as thin as I possibly can to make them look realistic. And then oops. And then cut out with the smallest cutter going first. And then keep putting them in your storage. Well, you can only get 3 out, so you have to keep rolling it quite a few times. And I usually use 10 petals and 4 rows. So I use 2 rows of this size cutter, and then I used the last 2 rows with this size of cutter. So go ahead, cut 20 petals out, 10 of this size and 10 of this size, and then we'll come back. So once you've cut out all of your 20 petals, you can start wiring them and veining them. You can put your rolling pins and cutters to one side and grab your ball tool, floral wires, frilling foam pad, glue and veining molds. Then what you do, and your apple tray. And then what you do is you grab one of the petals, dip your wire in your sugar glue, and then put it through where the groove is, all the way into about half. So you don't need to go all the way right to the top where your vein ends, where your groove ends, but just half or a little bit more than half, just so you're halfway in the petal. And then just pinch the bottom and secure that in place. And then get your mold, the groove side facing down, and then put your second one on top and press really firmly. Now if it does stick to your veining mold, you can just put some corn flour on there, and with your ball tool just frill the edges a little bit. Then with your smaller side, just work from the tips and bring it inwards. Then they slowly bring the petals up, but make sure you press a little bit firmly to bring them up so they curl up a little bit. And then just bend the wire and pop them in your apple tray, pushing down the middle bit against the apple tray. And that's how you put them. I'll put it on this side so you know when I do the next one. So we'll do another one. Petal, wire in sugar glue, poke it into the groove about halfway in. Secure it at the base by pinching it. And then your groove side facing down onto your veining mold, and then press firmly. Slowly pick it up frill the edges. And then bring in from the tips to the center. So firmly press them in, giving them a little bit of a curve. Bend the wire and into your apple tray. Do the rest and then we'll come back shortly. So once you've done all 20 petals, you want to let these dry for about an hour or so. And in the meantime, you want to start dusting your buds and getting the stamens together. So for this, you'll need some foil or parchment or some paper towel, whatever you want to dust on. I actually learned from last time that I'm not going to just put them on my surface, as it took quite a lot of cleaning to get them to come off. So yes, lesson learned, and never again will I just dust on my work surface ever. So again, I'm here with the foil, and you don't need that much. You only need a little bit of colour. You need lime green, apple green, and some pink. If you don't have pink, you can always have red. Just add a bit of cornflour to it to make it a pink, and that should work. And then what you want to do first is grab one of your buds. Start with your lime green first and start dusting just the bottom section. Then you just want to go around and dab it first everywhere. Dab all the colour on all the sides, and then bring it to the base as well. And then just go around in circles and just blend that in. And then do that for all 3 buds first before moving on to another colour. So once you've done all 3, you want to go back and go to the pink this time and do the tips first. So just like so. So once you've done that, you can then go back to your darker green, and you just want to do the base only for this one. So again, just distribute the colour evenly first and then go in and blend. So just the base. So you get 2 colours, one light one and one dark one. And then you want to do that for all of them. And then there we have our buds ready. Now to get the stamens ready, and then for your stamens, you'll need some floral tape for this section. And I usually use 1.5 stamens for this size of peony. So I'll take about half from that one and put this away. And split them in half as well. So you've got 3 lots. And then just put them together as best as you can. And then get your floral tape. Again, I'm going to be using white because of the white peony. And so where the yellow part is of the stamens, just below that, you want to tape that and secure them together. Be sure to stretch the tape as well, otherwise they won't stick. And then just bring them down a little bit further. and tighten them as you go along. Then do that for the remaining two. So once they're all done, you want to open them slightly, just so they're separated, and then you want to push them backwards. Like so. And then when you've done all of them, you'll need some more floral tape. I'll use this one for the time being. And then, oops. And then you want to bend the wire towards where the tip is. That go in that way. Bending them again. And then again that way. And then put them all together. And then what you want to do is you want to tape them, so you can start a little bit down from a little bit below, and then make your way up. And then make your way down again. All the way to the bottom. Like so. And between each bud, you want to place a bunch of stamens. And for this, I'll need some roll tape. Stretch it first. And then start off with the one. And you want to put the taped section right in the middle, right towards the base of the buds. And then just tape them together. As tight as you can. And then start your next one. Again, in between and taped tightly together. And again, bring them down as well. Bring the tape all the way down. And once that's done, you can just spread them out a little bit more, so they go all the way around. Setting the stamens takes a little while. So once you're happy with it, we'll start assembling. So once you're happy with it, start assembling your flower and putting the peony petals together. So you first want to get all your petals and take them out from the apple tray. And you want to straighten up the wire whilst you're doing this. And then once you've done all 20, you're going to need more floral tape, stretching it to release the glue. And then firstly, you want to just secure the tape around the base so you are able to easily put your petals together. Oops. So once that's in position, I'm going to start off with your smaller size. You want to bend the wire and start putting it exactly where your floral tape is at the back. And then you just want to secure that in place by wrapping the tape around it. And then you're going to go and add your next petal. Again, you're going to bend the wire and place it next to the previous petal and then secure it with the tape. Go in as tight as you possibly can so there's no movement in the petals, and then just keep going around until you can fit all 5 of the petals. And it doesn't really matter if they're overlapping each other. So get some more floral tape and then add your next row. And you're still using the same size, so the smaller size. So again, in between. So here, tighten that up with the tape and then onto your next petal. And now, once you've done the first row, your remaining 3 rows should automatically come together as you start placing them in between each previous petal. So again, keep going. In between. And then onto the 3rd row, which you'll need some more floral tape. And then some for your last one. So again, just wrap it around the base first and then add it in between your previous rose petals. And then onto your next row, your last row. Which is in between those petals. And then once you've added your final petal, you just want to bring the floral tape all the way down to cover all the wires. And then just move the petals where you want them, opening them up slightly. You see how massive that is? So there we have it, our massive Gumpaste Peony, open peony. It's absolutely huge, but it's a beautiful flower. I love open peonies. I just want to keep looking at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure you'll agree with this one. Definitely has that wow factor. And of course, you can always make them smaller as well, using the smaller size petal cutters, for which you would then use less stamens. But this is just the one that I've used with the largest 2 cutters out of there. And you'd use smaller buds as well for smaller size peonies. But the method is completely the same. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial as much as I have making it for you guys. Do subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so. You'll find the subscribe button right over here. Subscribing will keep me updated and send you notifications when new videos get uploaded so you don't miss a thing. Also hit the bell button that's next to the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that. Do like, share, comment on my videos. Share them as much as you can. And again, thank you for all your love and support, and I'll see you next time with another new tutorial. Bye. Take care.